Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1408 of our daily content grind. Now before I get into the topic of the video, I'm going to make a cheap plug for my eBay page that's in the description below. You'll find the link there, because at the moment I would like to unload this. I've got a few other things on there, nothing huge, but this I've been sitting on for quite a bit. This is the fourth party reproduction of Diaclone Reboot Battle Convoy, or Optimus Prime. Trailer, multiple modes, compatibility with other Diaclone figures, all of that goodness, all of that is there. It's just altered a few ways, comes with a fresh head too. So it was the cheap alternative to what is now a ludicrously expensive original toy. So if anyone was curious or interested in that, I'm basically asking the same price everybody else is, except this is in the US, so no waiting a month to get it, no tariff risks, all that fun stuff. So that is going to be up for sale right now. If anyone wants to grab it before today is out, if you're watching this the day the video got posted, I do still have time to get it to a post office before I leave town for the week. So there you go. I'm done with my plug now. Let's talk about the actual topic of the video. So I wanted to do a quick little catch up on Transformers Wild King. Now that we have Cyber World going on in the US, it's time to flip over and see what Japan is doing. They're 8 episodes deep into their mini-series now. And with 8 episodes, that gives you an entire 40 minutes of content. Now you can basically fill an hour-long special on US TV now with commercial breaks. I am not being fair here. There is supplement material. I mean, there's the voice acted commercial for the toys afterwards, and there is also a supplementary series that's more done, I won't want to say stop motion, but more puppeteering style. So there's a little bit more to Wild King than just, the 5-minute mini episodes. But yeah, really, you've only got 40 minutes worth to glean a story from. So I wanted to kind of run through things just to tell you, well, this far into this series, is there a story? That is the question. So I'm going to tell you this. So for the people who weren't paying attention, here's your quick little rundown of the overall story of this series. So in this universe, the Autobots and Decepticons do seem to be allied for the sake of saving the planet Cybertron. Optimus and Megatron seem to be on almost friendly terms when we first see them. And it's Megatron who has found a new planet, Elementos, I believe the planet is called. And they have found something called element energy, and this stuff could potentially save Cybertron. Megatron has already gone down to the planet. Optimus Prime follows him, and once he arrives on the planet, he encounters energy beasts, specifically this guy, Light Long. But Megatron is also on the planet already, has also found a element beast, he's already figured out he can combine with. And Megatron is acting far more like a normal Megatron now. Like, to a suspicious degree of, like, okay, why are you now trying to murder Optimus? So, thus begins this challenge to see who can complete a combination first. Whereas Megatron trying to accumulate the dinosaur tribe, whereas Optimus is gathering up the animal tribe. Both of them have a prophecy of an evil on the planet that needs to be defeated. Someone will come from the sky to defeat this evil. Dinosaurs think it's Megatron. Beasts, animals, they think it's going to be Optimus Prime. And thus we have a series with an overall goal. But really, most of the series is just introducing the new element beasts and as they come in, dinosaur or animal. There's usually like 2 an episode, and then like 1 gets to show off their combining ability. But really, it's just, here's a new toy. Doesn't it look cool? Go buy it now, please. That kind of mini-series. So, Optimus is Optimus, Megatron is Megatron. There's no real twist to their characterizations other than Megatron started off friendly, he is no longer friendly. So, let's take a look at what your new cast of characters is like. So, Light Long we've already talked about, and he's frankly, he's just Bumblebee. He is young, eager to help out, and just basically everything you would want out of like an Optimus Prime sidekick type. Because, yeah, he is definitely filling in the role of the yellow kid appeal character that Bumblebee, for obvious reasons, cannot fill in this series. We also get to meet Hydrophant. Hydrophant is our character who is in desperate need of finding the ability to believe in themselves. Essentially, he is falling into the trope of the young, fresh hero on the battlefield. And I'm sure by, end of series, he's going to be far more eager to jump in. To be fair, this series isn't exactly going with, like, long-running story arcs. I think it takes, like, a whole 2 episodes for Hydrophant to actually find his confidence and feel comfortable combining with Optimus and joining in to whatever combat is necessary. So, yeah, they ain't exactly wasting time here, but like, yeah, we got one of those. We got the young, desperately needs more confidence type. Ignite Leo is one of my favorites so far. So this is your like more brash, more strength oriented character, like strengthened character type. Like, they haven't announced like an actual leader of the animal tribe, but like I kind of thought it was him just by the way he carries himself. Also, lion and red, like this. If this was Super Sentai, it's a no-brainer who's in charge here. No, in this case, he like his contribution for the story so far was directly challenging and battling with Optimus Prime to see if he does have the strength to carry out the prophecy of saving this planet. So he's one of those types. Like, I will almost to a Dinobot level of like, I'm going to challenge you to see how strong you really are. Like that kind of like, I need to determine your strength to see your value to me. But he's one of the better guys. Like he's definitely a hero type. I'm painting it very incorrect, but I don't mind that character. I like him so far. And there's Drill No Horn, who really has not had an opportunity to do a whole lot in this series. Excitable seems to be the word I keep gravitating to when I take a look at him. Very, very physically strong. Like, I'm going to punch the ground and bring up boulders like I'm Toph Beifong or something. Like I said, we have not had a whole lot of time. He's one of those that kind of popped in, got a fight to show off what he can do, but hasn't really done anything after that. He has not combined with Optimus Prime yet. He's not really had a impact in the story. To be fair, none of these characters, very few of them actually, have actually had an impact on the story. It's like Light Long and Captain Volca are maybe the only two because they're the originals. Everyone else has been their own self-contained little nugget. And I'm still waiting to see if there's like a bigger plot for them to fit into. But so far, not really seeing it. Not really seeing it. We also have not seen the final member of the animal tribe as of episode 8. We are anticipating some type of flying plant-based bird. Just based on the element energies that are already amongst the animal tribe, we are going by the one that we do not have yet, which is the plant. And yeah, still no word on when that is, but that's when we get to see Optimus's final combination. Still waiting. Let's move into the dinosaur tribe now. Captain Volca does carry across like a leadership mantle. He does come across as more maybe not a villainous leader, but certainly a far more stern one. He comes across more like almost more like a more hot-headed version of like Cybertron Scourge. Like almost to that degree. So like he's not a bad character. I do like him for what he is. He's cool. I like him well enough. Leafback's kind of the dumb one. Leafback is kind of the dumb one. He likes things kind of straightforward. If it's not directly in his view, he's just kind of blind to it. He's another one that doesn't have a whole lot of dialogue so far. He's just kind of brash and kind of dumb. I mean, always liked his design, and he actually does get to combine. That's the nice thing about the dinosaur tribe. All of them have combined with Megatron. It's to some degree. He does get to be in arms, so like I feel like the ones who are arms get a lot more priority because you can't just have one of them become a leg. That wouldn't make sense. So you need two to become legs, and you're not gonna have them big old stilt legs and just like tiny little normal robot arms. Like the ones that are reduced to legs get no attention whatsoever, at least as far as a combination goes. But no, he serves a purpose. Now understand, we focus so much of the story on Optimus and the animal tribe. We don't have a whole lot of time with the dinosaurs to really glean personalities from them. But there is the exception. Spirituan actually is the far more calm and rational of the dinosaur tribe. When we first see him, he's with Ignite Leo. They are actually friends, and they've actually agreed to work together to stop the overall threat to the planet, rather than feuding with each other while the fate of their world is at stake, which is kind of what the dinosaur tribe is after. So, yeah, I like Spirituan. He's a very necessary character in this fiction. It's also how we learn that Megatron now has the ability to mind control characters, as he is currently a mindless servant to Megatron, who I guess now, with as many energy beasts as he has, is apparently more powerful and is strong enough to do that? Maybe. There's another route to this. We'll get to that here in a minute. We'll talk about the last of the dinosaurs, and that's going to begin with Abyss Rain. The name always makes me pause because it's a very odd name. Abyss Rain is there. He is there. And that's really all I can say about Abyss Rain. Now, here's the thing. Like, cold silent type, according to, like, official bios, kind of a ninja-esque design to the head sculpt. I really like the overall look of the character. This is a really cool looking character. Honestly, with the lavender and teal color scheme, I thought this would be our like token female for the dinosaurs, which so far they have none. And since they have a full team of 5 for Megatron, I'm pretty sure there is none. Of course, it's a boys' toy line in Japan, so what can I say? I should not be surprised. I feel like if there is any kind of token female, it's going to be the last Animal Tribe character we have, which that's going to sell no matter what, because it gives Optimus a wing pack, and it's what you need to complete the combination. So it doesn't matter if they market it male or female. Anyone in this line is going to have to buy it. But yeah, I was hoping for more. Abyss Rain's such a cool looking character and design. I am disappointed. They're just kind of there in the crowd shots and there to form a leg when needed. And then we have Thunderbeek. And again, like, brash comes to mind, more show-offy, more like bold and confident. I guess that's just ego that comes with being a flyer on a planet where most of them are not flyers. Puts up a good fight, but overall, like, getting ganged up by Optimus and the Animal Tribe, I don't think is a fair way of introducing a character that takes, like, a combined Optimus and a Drill No Horn going on the offense to actually win a fight. I mean, makes Thunderbeek look like a threat. I'll give him that. But no, so that's pretty much it for our element beasts. Like, they are very thin character-wise. Of course, that's what you come to expect from a series like this. Now, just because a series is short does not mean that you can't give the characters, like, fleshed out personalities, but this just tends to be like Japanese style, like Transformer writing. It tends to be a lot more simplistic. It tends to be a lot more, this is the one character trait they have, and this is how we're developing it out. No nuances. Like, even like one credit I will give Cyberworld, even in 2 episodes, I can pick up on some nuances to some characters. Like, there's something about the Megatron that's actually interesting. because it seems like his psyche is a little bit different than normal. So things like that, you know, like you can introduce like more complex characters. This is distinctly a writing or directing choice to not do so. So the plot itself right now, like I said, every single episode is basically, here's another toy to go buy, and here is one of our characters, you know, using it. But like I said, if they are designed to form a leg in this series, they do not get a combination transformation or anything like that. On the animal side, none of them have become a leg yet. On the dinosaur side, we have seen Megatron in his full combined mode, and they never give us a credit of seeing a full shot of it. It does look ridiculous. It is very much like final form Megazord in Super Sentai. The combination sequence is terrible. Because, like, literally, instead of actually seeing the characters transform and combine, no, it's just like they turn into energy, teleport onto Megatron's limbs, and then he just appears in the full combination. It's very lame. It's very lame, and I don't like it. However, it at least gets us to that point of like, well, now we know what it's like when one of them combines with 5, because that's the max they can handle at one time. And in story right now, as explained, Optimus is on the back foot. He does not have as much power at his control as Megatron does. He has something else going on, though. So in episode 8, we actually get introduced to this version's Nemesis Prime, which is kind of fascinating. And this Nemesis Prime seems to exist in Optimus Prime's mind, because there's no physical form. They do not fight in the actual jungle or anything. It's here. It's in this blank void that they actually have their confrontation, where Nemesis Prime is very much in charge, very much defeating Optimus. Now, admittedly, haven't seen this translated yet. Could be off, but also this series isn't exactly about, like, as I said, deep storytelling. You can glean this even without knowing Japanese. Nemesis Prime's goal is not to actually defeat Optimus Prime in this regard. It seems to be to convince Optimus Prime that, like, what he wants is the correct way. It's almost to see if he can twist Prime's mentality into something he can use. That's what you see here. He's not aiming a gun at Optimus Prime. He is offering the axe. And it almost works, but this is Optimus Prime we are talking about. So, you know, like, heroics and hope prevail. Which is interesting. It's interesting. So, we know from the toy lines that a Shadow Megatron also exists. So, if Nemesis Prime exists in the mind of Optimus on this planet, I have to assume that whatever evil influences on this planet also invaded Megatron's mind when he came to the planet, and he likely faced a Shadow Megatron in his own mindscape. We see Optimus Prime, after this event, waking up perfectly fine, like nothing had happened. So that's what happens when you win. I get the feeling Megatron is what happens when you lose, because Optimus was completely blindsided and confused when Megatron showed up in the first episode, aiming this dinosaur at him, and on the preparations to attack. Like, it seemed like Optimus, like, did not expect him at all to go this route, like what you normally expect of a Megatron. So it tells me that whatever Shadow Megatron was up to in his mind, he actually succeeded, and it's probably Shadow Megatron that's in control. He's probably the one in the driver's seat right now. That's what I am assuming. Also, we have a villain. We have a villain. Look at him. Oh my god, look at him. So when Nemesis Prime failed to corrupt Optimus, this is what he turned into. And it's actually pretty wicked. colors and some of the choices on the design definitely give me like Car Robots Gigatron vibes. I can't be the only one there. I like all the chained up designs on him. Kind of gives you like, kind of invokes that visual of like this is a beast that has been enchained for a long time. Almost like, yeah, like an evil that got locked away on this world. What's interesting about him is that he does seem to be designed to be a toy himself. You can see like that gold panel that's attached to, where his dragon neck is. There's a hinge on the back that folds back for whatever transformation this guy does. You can see that his dragon mode arms are literally just robot mode arms that have been rotated. I hate when they do that, but this is a cheapo toy line, so what else should I expect? So odds are whatever's making up his tail is just his back. Like whatever's making up his tail is just going to be his legs. So yeah, we have a villain. We don't have a name. We do not have an intention. What we have now is an actual plot. We found the plot. It took 8 episodes, but we've got a look at the great villain. We know he is up to something to obtain the element energy for himself. We know he is trying to corrupt Optimus the same way he corrupted Megatron. And he also looks freaking cool. Looking at the design, he's also an energy master. And you can tell, like, he's got 2 identical energy beasts attached to him, or element beasts attached to him right now. And they share the chain deco and the color scheme. So, yeah, they're definitely meant to be his thing. You can see at the very bottom of the screen, it's hard to tell, but those seem to be the leg modes. Those seem to be element beasts in leg mode. You can make out just little bits of them. So he's probably using those as his big dragon stompers. He's like, that's probably like the big rear legs of the dragon. Which would mean that this toy is, if this does become a toy, will likely be a 3-pack of like 2 of these twin dinos, whatever they are, and then required for his beast mode to be complete, which will be different. It's a little bit of variety in the line. I just like how cool he looks. I just want the toy. So yeah, we have a villain, we have a direction for the plot, and we seem to have a break in the flow. The next episode is Captain Volca versus Megatron. So it feels like Megatron is going to officially exert himself as leader of the dinosaur tribe, which Volca is not going to take well to. He's got that pride in him like that. And then the Autobot side of things, the animal tribe, gets to figure out this whole mess, which will be fun. But no, this has me a little bit more intrigued. Yes, because I think it's going to be a super cool toy when it comes out. But also, yeah, it's nice to have plot in this series that isn't just, oh, hey, go buy this new guy that showed up. So, 8 episodes in, that's where Wild King stands right now. It's interesting that, like, it's not an unexpected thing. It's interesting to me that the toy line keeps, the simplicity of the toy line allows it to be really, really imaginative and, like, just fun to play with. And the opposite seems to be true of the cartoon. The simplicity is actually hurting it, but it does seem like they're finding their legs. So, we continue to watch it play out. I don't think the series is that worth going out of your way for. Maybe when, like, I would say by episode 10, you're probably going to have enough content and probably enough translated episodes out there. Then maybe give it a watch. But for now, this way you got videos like this for. So, there you go. There's a whole breakdown of literally everything Wild King right now. Don't know how often we'll pop in on this, but if something looks interesting, yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. So, thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next time.
Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.